A penny for my problems, a nickel for a ride. Once again we walk these lonely streets tonight. It's where I always stay at home. Tell me what's so special, I'll take the 2 for 1. Apathy is always present when you're on the run. You don't miss that rising sun. The devil's always trying to crawl through my window, clawing at my back when I'm trying to run out that front door. Once he grabs a hold, you can guarantee that he won't let go. Whoa, and it's me and the devil on an eye-to-eye level tonight. Me and the devil on an eye-to-eye level tonight. In the job description, it's so hard to see all the words that are buried underneath, all the ones that feel the post. Once they reach the surface, it's too late to hide. They always say to be cruel is to be kind. Then it's another flooded road. The devil's always trying to crawl through my window, clawing at my back when I'm trying to run out that front door. Once he grabs a hold, you can guarantee that he won't let go. Whoa, and it's me and the devil on an eye-to-eye level tonight. Me and the devil on an eye-to-eye level tonight. Nothing looks familiar when I'm looking in the mirror. It's just another demon and it's never looking clearer. Lord, you don't want to know this hard-lived life. Well, it's just another secret, you can never keep it. Take it in and feel it, but don't try to feed it. Lord, you don't want to know this hard-lived life. And it's me and the devil on an eye-to-eye level tonight. And it's me and the devil on an eye-to-eye level tonight.
Here?
Yep. There we go. Congratulations. That's a fantastic one. And that
Thank
was,
you.
what's the name of that one again?
Me and the devil.
Me and the Devil. Man, what a great tune.
Now, I suppose that could be a Travis Tritt cover, but I'm guessing that it's not.
I mean, if he wants to cut it, I would love that.
There's a price.
Who's the songwriter on that one?
I myself.
Yeah, I had a hunch. You're listening to Red River Radio. It is pledge drive time again, and we try to make that as painless as possible. And one of the ways we do that is we have artists come in and donate their time and efforts, and hopefully we can get the word out about you a little bit, and maybe get the word out about public radio. We do have some cameras in the studio. Mm-hmm. If you go to redriverradio.org on your phone or device or computer, there's a link. What's the name of that link?
Oh, just YouTube.
It's just YouTube.
Our YouTube link. Yeah.
I'm still back in the 20th century.
All right.
But Also, when you go to that website, there's a icon that says donate.
In the top right-hand corner.
Yeah.
And you click on that and make your contribution there. Or, hey, it's 8:07. We have volunteers in the phone bank until 10 p.m. You can give us a call, 1-800-552-8502, and make your pledge there. And also let us know, hey, you're listening to Brumdog, you said? Brumdog Millionaire?
What is it?
Brumdog Millionaire.
Brumdog
That's
Millionaire.
funny.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
Y'all pay attention to detail.
We do.
Oh,
It's
absolutely.
nice.
It's late at night, or relatively late. I do remember the time when, this was the time to start thinking about hitting the door, but, that was a long time ago. We're going to try and have some fun. We want you to have some fun.
Give us a call, and we'll also mention some premiums in a few. But
Yeah.
what do you have next for us, Nick?
A song called Learning to Fly.
Okay.
All right.
My mind's a roller coaster, dips and dives and overdoes it too. But her heart's as soft as silk and it's stronger than that whiskey stilled in June. She's learning to fly, one wing at a time. And I'm starting to fall. That's the madness of it all. A labyrinth of self-destruction. I climb the walls, but I can't get over much. She'll paint a picture with your heart when it breaks and falls apart. She's learning to fly, one wing at a time. And I'm starting to fall. That's the madness of it all. I don't read nor do I write, I apathetically decline. But she writes the book and turns the page, Hemingway of saving grace. She's learning to fly, one wing at a time. And I'm starting to fall. That's the madness of it all. Yeah, she's learning to fly, one wing at a time. And I'm starting to fall. That's the madness of it all.
Amazing.
Thank you.
You're listening to Red River Radio, and we're in our fall fun drive here, and it's the 4th day of our 2-week pledge drive. We have Nick Brumley and
Logan Hall. Yeah.
Logan Hall.
Logan Hall. That's the steel guitar you hear. That's that lonesome kind of echoey, reverby sound on that last song. That's Logan Hall.
Yeah.
And it takes like 8 arms and 6 legs to play the steel guitar that he's playing it there.
Absolutely. We have a bunch of premiums to offer when you make your contribution of support. For a $5,000 donation, starting all the way at the top, we have a Kenny Wayne Shepherd VIP.
Ooh, what does the B stand for if it's VIB?
Very important business.
There you go.
Yeah. Fender Stratocaster guitar. And that
would be the one that's autographed by Kenny Wayne?
Yeah, that's
Absolutely. It's autographed by Kenny Wayne Shepherd. I've never actually met Kenny Wayne Shepherd.
He's a cool guy.
So, yeah, you can have that for a $5,000 donation or for just $1,000 or $83 a month.
$5,000 or higher, right? Don't limit those folks.
Hey.
Don't limit the folks listening, Kiara.
Hey.
You don't know. You don't know what they got.
I don't want to limit. I just want to inform. That's our goal here at Red River Radio, to inform and keep you updated. So for a $1,000 donation, you can host an hour of music here at Red River Radio, or for $83 a month. We just had host an hour of music by Gregory Kallenberg from Film Prize, and he also dropped off some passes. So for a $100 lanyap, you can get a pass to Music Prize or Film Prize, or both. You get 2 passes. You can either get 2 or mix and match. So the choice is yours. All you have to do is call 1-800-552-8502. Again, Nick Brumley and Logan Hall in the Red River Radio studios with us. We're so excited to have you. What do you have next for us?
This is a song called Drunken Poet's Lullaby. I wrote it with a buddy of mine, Cole Allen, and out there in East Texas. And this goes out to Johnny Brown. Come on.
Standing on a corner without a nickel or a dime. Sometimes 2 cents is the hardest thing to find. You blame it on your women and blame it on your demons, blame it on everything that you try to keep inside. A drunken poet's lullaby. Well, I don't know if I'll be home before the rooster crows. Opiates and distant dreams have gotten the best of me, as I'm dancing with the devil underneath the bridge of Texas Street. You're short stacked in this big blind city. You can push it all in, but you're bound to wind up empty. You're betting against reason and betting on believing, betting when you know that you should say goodbye. A drunken poet's lullaby. Well, I don't know if I'll be home before the rooster crows. All the kings, queens are trying to seduce me, as I'm dancing with the aces underneath the bridge of Texas Street. Will I make it out or will I disappear? What good is a poet with words no one will hear? I don't know if I'll be home before the rooster crows. Tonight I'll probably try and get some sleep, but then I'm dancing with the devil underneath the bridge of Texas Street. I'm dancing with the devil underneath the bridge of Texas Street. Dancing with the devil underneath that bridge of Texas Street.
That's Nick Brumley in studio live. Logan Hall on the steel guitar there. We're live in the performance studio here at Red River Radio. I'm Troy, your neighborhood-friendly engineer. Kiara is on the main console. We have a couple opportunities during this pledge drive to play live music. We have John Ellis in the studio with us. He heard that there was going to be a fantastic artist in this evening and wanted to join us in the booth here. And it's an opportunity for us to talk about the music in between the songs, which you don't normally get a chance to do. Nick, that song, of course, you're talking about poetry there, and then, of course, you mentioned Hemingway and one of the other songs there.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a backstory behind that tune, right?
The last one, yeah, all of them, really. The last one, Drunken Poet's Lullaby, was essentially about pretty much 2 years of kind of sleeping on a bench outside of Fatty Arbuckle's.
Okay, all right.
Underneath the Texas Street Bridge, and
I mean, the imagery's there, bro.
oh yeah, good. I did my job.
Oh man, yeah. The imagery is definitely there, and again, I don't know how many other songs have Texas Street in it,
well, hopefully just the one, you
right?
know? I like to stick out a little
You've got
bit.
the market.
You know?
You've got the market cornered.
Oh, there we go.
But no, a fantastic
Thank
imagery
you.
in that song, and of course, in most of your lyrics. And I was telling John during the break, you write most of your own stuff. You know, it's one of those creative processes for you, and obviously, the emotion comes through. Right?
Absolutely.
How does that normally work when you're in a crowded room? Or do you change when you're playing towards a smaller crowd versus a larger crowd, or is it?
No, not really. I mean, you try to give 100% no matter what. You know, within song selection, yeah, sometimes, you know, we played some rowdy places, and you kind of, you know, want to lure them in with maybe something they know. But there's a limit, you know. There's certain songs we won't play, you know. But for the most part, I mean, we're very fortunate and lucky enough to be able to get people's attention with our own music. And so that's a blessing that, you know, of ours. I mean, we've worked real hard at it, that's for sure. But yeah, I don't think it really changes. Set list doesn't really change. You still sing with the same emotion, whether it's just us three or 300 people.
Sinners and Saints, the songs are the same.
That's it.
That's awesome.
That's it. Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, you're listening to Red River Radio, of course. Nick Brumley live in our performance studio. We are in our first week of Pledge Drive, which means it's your opportunity to we say underwrite if you're a business sponsor, or you can also how do you say it? We kind of say donate, John, but that's really not the right term. It's more like support.
Well, it's really not, because donate sounds like a charity, and what we're asking for you to do is to contribute to something that you use. And, nobody's going to come out and turn off your radio if you don't.
I will.
Well, yeah.
I got a baseball bat. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, and in all seriousness, everybody's getting squeezed right now. Of course, I lived through the '70s. I've been through these things before, but it's tough. I understand that money's tight, and if you're like me, you get people texting your phone wanting money, or calling your phone wanting money, or on your computer. This, that, and the other, and so many worthy things. Every one of us has to pick what we choose to support, and I hope that you would, if you value public radio, or Red River Radio in particular, that you will choose to support this to whatever level's right for you.
Yeah, we bring the value to the table, most definitely.
And Kiara was talking about, that $5,000 guitar, Kenny Wayne Shepherd, that he was kind enough to give to us to make a pledge with, and then the $1,000 level. Well, I can't do that.
But every little bit helps, which is cool.
We've got some other nice things: the coffee mugs, the socks, the umbrellas,
the coffee mugs,
what have you.
Well, this one's because facts matter. I don't know if this is the one that we have, but I one of my favorite things. I'm a coffee cup collector, and that's the cool thing for us is to have those thank you gifts, right? And we give those thank yous for your contribution, for your support, right? And having that support is definitely a key to our success throughout the year. And again, we give you numbers all the time of our $135,000 electricity bill, for instance. $365 or $1 a day, right? That's simply put, covers our electricity bill for a day. $365. So it's really easy to do the finger math and say, how much the guitar is, or how much the support is for one of the programs. But at the same time, no matter what, if you want to be a sustaining member, if you want to just be a one-time donor and support the station, you can do that at 800-552-8502. In studio with Nick Brumley. Nick, I know that we've got a couple of more minutes here in the 8 o'clock hour. What's next for us?
I'll play a song called Feather. This is a new one. We are releasing this as a single on October 20th, so that's next Friday. So
this is one that even your fans may not have heard yet.
May not have heard.
How do they get a hold of it? Shameless plug. Go ahead.
Spotify.
Yeah.
Any of the streaming services on October 20th, and that's where you could find it. So this is called Feather.
You and I are bound for sacrifice. Lands unknown share the colors in our eyes. Let's leave the past behind. All their shackles and their chains were in the way. Was no difference than a bird trapped in a cage. So let's break away. Let the wind blow us through the pine trees like a feather. We'll land lightly, soft and easy in the arms of a cedar tree. Luggage in the form of pain and lasting scars get left behind as we chase our shooting stars. It's a dying art. Let the wind blow us through the pine trees like a feather. We'll land lightly, soft and easy in the arms of a cedar tree. Only go so far till the stillness wins. So let us feel the wind underneath our wings. Let the wind blow us through the pine trees like a feather, willing lightly. Let the wind blow us through the pine trees like a feather, willing lightly, soft and easy in the arms of a cedar tree. Soft and easy in the arms of those cedar trees. Let the wind blow us through the pine trees.
That was amazing.
Thank you.
How many years have you been playing?
Oh, since 2004.
Okay, I
So-
want to say about 11 years.
No,
19.
19 years. There we go.
My brain just.
I was like, I wish it was 11.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I also see you have on that LSU
Oh,
hoodie.
yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah.
are you a fan or
I'm a
are you
fan.
from
I'm a fan. I'm
Okay.
actually from Marshall, Texas.
Marshall?
Houston, Texas.
I know you drove down here. I just didn't know if you were a native to Marshall or not.
Well, long story. I guess we're here for it. I was born in Midland, Texas, and then raised in Farmersville, Texas, and then I claim Marshall because I've been there the longest, and I feel like that's where I kind of grew up as a person is Marshall, so I claim it. And then musically, I claim Shreveport because I ran into Logan and all his cronies, and I never kind of left. That's where I think I really became a musician, was hanging out with all them. Became a crony. That's it.
That's such a fun story. We've been asking all the other bands how many years of experience is in the room. So the first night we had about 99. Last night we had 116.
Was that Bond Plus?
Yeah.
Weldon Stutes, whatever. Shout out to Weldon. I love Weldon.
Absolutely. So yeah, it's fun. It's a little game we like to play here.
So
We're-
how much we got, you think? You've been playing a lot longer than me. Well, I mean, you were, what, church stuff? How long? 21? Hey, not bad for 40.
40 years.
Yeah, we're
Hey.
we're holding strong for 40.
Absolutely. You're listening to Red River Radio. We have Nick Brumley and Logan Hall in the studios with us tonight, and they're here to play some great music for your ears. And we are in our fall fun drive again. This is the fourth day. Troy likes to say our first week, but I like to go day by day because, you know, you got to take every day by day.
That's it. That's it. Don't get in a rush.
Absolutely. So we're at $21,766. I think we can make it to 22. And we can only do that with your help. Call 1-800-552-8502. We have a phone bank of volunteers ready to take your phone calls, and you can get a whole bunch of stuff. And we'll talk about it a little later. What's the next song you have for us?
Play a song called Next Mistake.
Okay.
It's about
Is it about a next mistake?
well, yeah, I guess so. About no regrets.
see you, pretty mama, with your long hair down. You wear a black dress to destroy this town. I see you at the bar at 8:15, waiting in line for your next mistake. I've never seen a woman that can drink so much, shooting whiskey shots and she's keeping up. The rap song's playing on the radio. She'll be on that bar before too long. She's got a way of looking at you in your eyes. You never see it coming, always by surprise. She'll steal your heart from within your chest and leave you praying for a real quick death. Now with my heart in her hand, she's headed out the door, still on the prowl and looking for more, and asking everybody for a ride to that honky-tonk out on 59. She walks in the bar with her arms in the air. She's screaming, letting everybody know she's there, and tucks my heart in her back left side to see whose else she can steal tonight. We take another shot and we hit the floor. You know we're two-stepping now and I can't let go. And then she gets real close and she whispers in my ear. She says, you can be my next mistake, my dear. Well, you're too damn pretty to ignore the calls. Excuse me, miss, while I sit and pause. Some people may think I'm half insane, but I won't fall for your selfish games. No, no. It's 2:15 and I'm headed home. And girls like you don't sleep alone. You'll take the next guy and look him in the eyes, then he'll be begging for his own life.
You're listening to Red River Radio. I'm Troy, the engineer. We're live from our performance studio right now with Nick Brumley, and that was a fantastic song that you can actually get him on Spotify. You can see all the streaming services and hear him anywhere. We're in the studio with Kiara Lafitte as well at the board, and John Ellis also joining us as well. And Rob Whited is at the console for the studios there. So we actually outnumber you right now, Nick, just in case you want to start something.
That's okay. We got 40 years in here.
We were talking to other musicians this week about, you said 40 years. We got how many years you've been actually playing music, and we added that up for some of the other bands. How many years have you actually been playing music?
I think I started, I guess, what would you call it, professionally, for money. And I could say started it. I'm still kind of terrible at it, but in like 2009, I think. So more math. Let's see, 11, so 12 years, 13 years.
14.
14 years.
14.
God, we can't
One
add.
four. That's just finger math.
14 years for me professionally.
Yeah, we actually, while you were helping me out, we actually figured out that both of them together have been doing this for 40 years.
4-0.
4-0.
That's so awesome. So awesome.
Yeah.
That's more years than I've been born.
Wow.
I'll actually be 40 in like 2 years. Yeah. Well, I'll be 38 on Monday.
Now, how do you have all that experience writing these types of songs? And
How?
only 38 years on the planet.
Just you kind of throw yourself in it. It's not.
It's a sticky wicket.
You kind of when you spend a lot of time in bars or traveling around and playing music, like it's very easy to find some of those, vices and heartaches and troubles and stuff. But I'm definitely in a lot better place, especially ever since I met Presley Hale. I mean, she's my girlfriend and musical partner, and she kind of changed my life, my direction in a very, very positive way. And like it's I didn't realize how kind of like empty or incomplete I was until she came along and kind of like completed everything. And in no disrespect to any of the other relationships I had in the past, I've learned so much from them.
Countless thousands. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm just-
And I'm still like, I'm still friends, with a lot of the past ones. But, in the midst of running, I found something great, and you complete me. Well, I didn't tell you, Logan.
He was looking at he was looking deep in Logan's eyes when he said that, so it was kind of interesting.
Yeah. Oh, man. That's funny.
Hey, Nick, do us a favor. Tell us one of the stories. You were saying some of the bars that you played with. There's got to be a story for you being on the road, besides some of the lyrics that you've written down and recorded. What was one of the most fun times you've had playing these types of songs?
Most fun. Let's see. There's a lot. I have a real crazy story about Shreveport.
We'll have it. Yeah.
Me, Logan, and I's real good buddy Mus Gillum. We played music for a long time, and we got done with the gig and decided to go to, I think it was Samstown, and the drummer was with us, who was so annoyed with us being so drunk that he went to another separate floor. And the other lead singer that was with us, we turned around and he was diving into a taxi cab and just took off. Little did we know he was the only one that had the hotel keys.
Oh.
Other than our buddy Uncle Jimmy James Stufley, if you're listening, shout out to you, bud. But he was the one who got us the room, and he had the other key. Well, Mus and I and Stufley, we went down to, I think we played roulette, and till the sun came up. And Stufley was like, "Hey guys, I'm going up to the room. Just knock when y'all get up there." We're like, "All right, cool." And so we played a little bit longer, then we started going up to the room, but there was a little cafe down there, so we decided to get a bunch of cheeseburgers at 8 in the morning.
Okay.
Chili cheese fries.
Like you do.
Yeah, and we go up to the room, and we're beating on the door. You can hear Stufley just snoring.
Was it the right room?
It was the right
Okay,
room.
okay.
I know that snore.
Yeah.
I know that snore. And it was shaking the walls, and we were beating on that door, and he wasn't he just wouldn't wake up. So Mus was like, "I'm gonna go down to get a key," and I was like, "All right, I'm gonna sit right here, eat my chili cheese fries." And I'm wearing a white shirt, and I'd spilled it all over me. And then there was a couple of the workers that walked by that thought I was homeless. Because I was just sitting there in the hallway and I had all these chili cheese fries on me. And they're like,
man.
"Sir, are you supposed to be here?" And I was like, "I promise I'm supposed to be in this room. My buddy's going down to go fix the problem."
Are any of us supposed to be here?
Yeah, that's true. We're all an illusion. Well, then Mus started running up there, and he was like, we gotta go. And I was like, "What's going on?" Because I guess someone called the cops on me, because I was like, I had my back on the ground, and I was kicking the door, trying to kick it down.
That's great.
And so we took off, and we get into this cab before the cops got there, and we're going down to Mus's house, and we get there and realize we didn't have any money because we gambled it all.
Oh my goodness.
And it was like a $40 cab ride. But with our last money, we had just bought a pack of cigarettes, and we traded our cab fare for that pack of cigarettes.
Wow. You only find stories like that here on Red River Radio.
Yeah,
And
it
you
was-
know, I think that's like a really good reason why you should make a contribution of support, because you don't find stories like these every day.
Did anybody know what was going to happen next in that story from Dick Brumley? Did
Nobody.
anybody know,
Oh, yeah.
like the left turns and the right turns? Did you know, John? Could you tell which way that story was going to end up?
It was a mystery to me, right
I was
up to the
thinking jail.
end.
I was thinking jail time. I was going to think that he was going to sleep it off in.
Oh no, I got one of those, but I won't share it.
You're listening to Red River Radio live from our performance studio with Nick Brumley live tonight during our pledge drive. Key, I know we were talking about underwriting and support. What would you say would be the number one reason they should contribute to what we do?
Well, because we are only what we are. Red River Radio is only Red River Radio because of the listeners.
Right.
If there were no listeners, there would be no Red River Radio. And to fund Red River Radio, we need the listeners' support. And that's why I love Red River Radio and public radio in general, just because it's a different experience. You know, you don't want to turn your radio on and hear ad after ad after ad. You want to turn your radio on and hear something important, hear something informational, hear something fun. And you can do that here. And so why not give it the extra mile and support us while you're listening?
Yeah, every show you hear on Red River Radio, it means that somebody, a group of people somewhere in our listening audience, are funding that. Right, and there have been times where we've changed programming based on what the listeners want to hear. So
Absolutely.
we're literally crowdsourced radio. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
In studio live with Nick Brumley. Nick, I know you've got another one just dying to show us.
Yeah, for sure. I do want to say, like, really thank y'all for having us. This is great. I look forward to this every year. I think this is like my 8th or 9th time to do.
We promise we won't call the cops.
Oh, no regrets.
No regrets.
This song called War. I wrote this about gossip in small towns. No cuss words, though.
Well, it hurts to see that the woman you love slap your words, then she turns and runs, 'cause the devil came up from below just to start a war. Then you're left there picking up your words off the ground, 'cause you got destroyed by the selfish town. It's such a dang shame to see truth beaten by a lie. But I got my whiskey, it's more real to me than all them punks you've been watching on MTV. Well, the tires will roll and the streets will hold, but it feels like I'm getting too dang old to see love to be used to commit a crime. So sip your wine as we pass the time, thinking about all of the things you hide, as we all sit back and welcome on misery. I got my whiskey and my crazy dreams. I know they're more real than the words traveled in the streets. Well, cross your T's and dot your I's. Send your letter and run and hide. 'Cause truth will infest your mind like an old disease. But it still hurts to see that the woman I love slapped my words and she turns and runs. 'Cause the devil came up from below just to start a war. And I got my whiskey, it's been good to me. So I'll sit back and watch the waves as they hit the shore. Yes, I'll sit back and watch these waves as they hit the shore.
You're listening to Red River Radio. I'm John Ellis. Kiara Lafitte's in the studio with me.
Hello.
Also, our intrepid engineer, Troy
Intrepidly
Jones.
handsome engineer. You
who's
forgot
that?
handsome, John.
Yeah, I did. You're acting like you're going to take everybody's job away tonight. You're doing pretty good for an engineer or for anybody else. And Nick Brumley and Logan Hall are here performing for us and for you. We appreciate you guys coming in.
Thank you.
I'm going to take just a minute to be serious, just maybe a couple of minutes.
Yeah, are you public radio? I feel is probably the only business in this country that actually, delivers the goods to you and then asks you if you like to pay for it.
Nice. Yeah.
I wish like my electric company worked that way.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if the gas station worked that way too. Like, oh, you just get it and do you want to pay? No, yes or no. And it's your option, it's your prerogative. But fortunately, Red River Radio, we have a great community of listeners that voluntarily support us each year, and we don't send them a bill for service. We just ask, and you guys respond. So respond now by calling 1-800-552-8502 or go online, redriverradio.org. Click on donate, or how Troy puts it, click on support.
Yeah.
Because all you're doing is just supporting the programming that you want, that you love. So, hey, it's easy as 1, 2, 3.
That's it. Call in. Click the button.
Now, Nick, I believe the last time you were here was before COVID, in March 2020, I believe. And what have you been doing since then?
Oh, man, we've moved to Central Texas. A town called Hamilton. Small town living. I love it. We're literally an hour and a half away from everything. But we've moved down there because that's where like a lot of our work was. We were gigging a lot down there. And
Yeah.
it was getting kind of, pretty, heavy on the vehicles Hamilton's about 5 hours away. So what Presley and I were trying to do we do 2 weeks in this area and then 2 weeks in Central Texas and 2 weeks here and then back and forth. It just got to the point where we were getting more gigs in that area, in Texas. So we were like, well, let's just make that home base for now and then come back here when we can. I mean, my mom lives in Marshall, so got to come back here and see her. And a lot of my really good friends still, live in Marshall, and a lot of really good friends in Shreveport. Got to come by and see them, and of course, visit the local watering holes.
Yeah. Do you prefer the more intimate setting, or do you prefer performing on a stage in front of thousands? Really, right now, you're performing in front of millions, but, you just can't see them.
Yeah, I don't, man, it's kind of like I'd be lying if I said it was all the same. It is, there is some different elements to it, but, I mean, you get a different adrenaline rush with each different setting, I don't think I'll prefer one over the other. I'm sure if I did, like, on stage for thousands of people over and over and over again, I'd be dying to be in this room.
Yeah.
It's just having a good balance, I think.
Really, people being attentive is more important than the number of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely people paying attention changes the game.
I don't think we actually heard what Logan said. Can you say it again in the mic for me?
People paying attention is a lot more important than the number of people. Of course I'll take 1,000 people that are listening, but I'd rather have 10 people that are listening than 1,000 who aren't there for us.
Yeah. That's always nice. You know, I always like to get the perspective of the band that's performing. Like, are you more intimate, or are you for the crowd, you know?
Yeah, definitely in this setting, I think. Well, I think what Logan and I do together is it's accessible to each stage. You know, so
In other words, we can do it all.
yeah, we can do it all. Come on.
Absolutely.
In BrumleyMusic@gmail.com.
Again, you are listening to Red River Radio. We are in the performance studio with Nick Brumley and Logan Hall, and they want to hear from you too. Let us know you're listening by making a contribution of support. 1-800-552-8502. What's up next, guys?
Speaking of traveling around and playing music in different places, I wrote this when I was feeling really sorry for myself after a 10-day stretch in the great state of Arkansas, which I'm not being sarcastic. I love Arkansas. Just 8 of those 10 places I played at were just really awful. And I was questioning why I did this for a living, and wrote the song to help myself, remind myself of why I do continue to do the things I do and with the people that I do them with.
It's going to sound great. You know why?
What's that?
Because you're in Louisiana.
Yeah,
at Red
yeah.
River Radio.
I love me some Louisiana. I love it. Song's called My Thoughts, My Mom's Guitar, and My Daddy's Heart.
Six years put me through the test of neon lights and overplayed requests. I played that song 1,000 times. I'll give you back your tip if you just hear one of mine. And I don't watch that MTV, and you won't see me on CMT. Catch me here in Shreveport Thursday nights. And I don't drive a lifted truck. I got a 05 Civic, so wish me luck. All I wear is Levi 514s. And all you're ever gonna get from me are my thoughts, my mom's guitar, and my daddy's heart. Well, the highway kind and a drunken mind will always make you overthink regrets. Like, was it worth these 7 years? I miss my mother's face on Christmas Day. Now where am I supposed to be? Is it Little Rock or Hot Springs, or am I supposed to be on down in Baton Rouge? Hell, it's just another smoky room, another pack of cigs, another shot of booze, but I'll still get up and I'll play this here guitar. And all you're ever gonna hear from me are my thoughts, my mom's guitar, and my daddy's heart. If I've said it once, I've said it twice. I'm the one who picked this life, but I've gone too far to turn around from here. So I'll write another lonesome song, call up my friends and we will sing along. They're the ones that I'll always hold dear, and they're the ones that'll get me through this year. Our thoughts and our guitars and our broken hearts. Our thoughts and our guitars and our broken hearts.
You're listening to member-supported Red River Radio. We have Nick Brumley, and we also have Logan Hall in the Red River Radio studios with us. We're in our fall fun drive here, and let's be honest, you had every intention of making that call yesterday or the day before, and you got caught up in the story or that piece of music that made you lose your train of thought, and now it's been a couple of days, and you know, the drive, it's not nearing the end, but we're nearing the end of the first week. So it's time right now. Pick up your phone, or if you are like me and you have a house phone, go ahead and walk over to the phone and make your pledge. We're waiting for you to join with all the others who have called in and made their pledge so far. 1-800-552-8502. It won't take long, and it's worthwhile. So help make sure help make sure that
You're on your own here.
I know I had a brain fart. Let's just help make sure that all the shows that you love continue to prosper here on Red River Radio. At 89.9 FM, this is KDAQ, Shreveport, Bossier City. 90.7 FM, KLSA, Alexandria, Pineville. 90.9 FM, KBSA, El Dorado, Camden, Magnolia. 88.9 FM, KLDN, Lufkin, Nacogdoches. And 100.7 FM, KTYK, Overton, Tyler, Kilgore. And again, Nick Brumley and Logan Hall in the Red River Radio studios with us tonight. And I see that you put that capo over that guitar, so how about you let us in on what's up next for our ears?
This next song is one. This is another new one. We got a little album coming out in March, so that's exciting. Haven't put out an album since 2019.
My birthday's in March, so I can't wait to listen to it.
Oh, awesome, thank you.
March 15th.
Who on the 7th?
Oh, cool beans. Well, whenever you're ready with that next song, we would love to hear it.
This song is called Hard to Miss a Man I Never Met.
She lights a smoke to recall what she remembered, choking down his name with every breath. She said, son, you give that smirk just like your daddy, and how it used to tickle me to death. I feel her truth as the room gets a little hazy, and tears start to cloud my mother's sight. The sympathy I have is for my mother, 'cause it's hard to miss a man I never met. She tells me tales of time in Ruidoso, a honeymoon up in New Mexico. And she tells me tales of him catching whales that we know as catfish. I got a picture on my wall to give me proof. but it seems I'm just looking at a stranger that reminds me of my youth. It's hard to find the words to describe the absence, 'cause it's hard to miss a man I never met. Certain times it's hard to ask the questions. Was he full of life, and how did he pass away? She said, son, there was standing room only in that sanctuary. When that cancer made us go our separate ways. See, I was there when he took his last breath. I was there to hear the shatter of my mother's chest. 'Cause in my mother's belly I laid listening. That's why it's hard to miss a man I never met. If I get the chance to get to heaven and walk right through them pearly gates, I hope I see him waiting by a river with two fishing poles in hand. And I hope he understands my situation on why it was hard to miss the man I never met. Well, son, there's no need to ask forgiveness. It's a pleasure to finally get to shake your hand. It's an honor to finally get to shake your hand.
This is Red River Radio that you're listening to, and we are in our fall pledge drive with Nick Brumley and Logan Hall in the Red River Radio studios with us. And you can also go online on our YouTube page at Red River Radio if you like to see it in person, live. Well, not in person, but on the live stream. It's still live. So you can do that as well on our YouTube page. Nick, do you prefer acoustic guitars or electric?
Acoustic. Yeah. I feel more at home with an acoustic. I have a couple of electrics and I enjoy playing them, but I'm not really I don't really consider myself a lead player, and I just feel at home with the acoustic guitar.
He's being humble.
Would you ever do Muddy Waters, and I can do like an electric Nick as opposed to electric Mud? Would you do some of your songs electrified?
I've done it. I was actually in a rock band for a long time, for about 7 years, called the Mansion Family. The I is very important.
That's hilarious.
But and we actually done, the Mansion Family has actually done one of the fun drives. So there's some recording somewhere in the archives. But yeah, it's electric's fun, but I feel more at home with acoustic and just acoustic instruments in general. I really enjoy that, and I don't think, in my opinion, you can't beat like a songwriter with a pedal steel.
Oh yeah,
it's just that element, that emotion that's there.
How long did it take you to learn the guitar, or was it in blood? You just from blood you knew when you were born? a guitar player?
Fortunate, in my case, with the internet, with things called guitar tabs, you didn't really have to, learn theory. When I got into college, I took a theory class just so I can have a little bit, but I got out of it. I didn't take this second semester of it because, and the teachers will tell you, it's like, if you're an artist, don't take this class. It's going to ruin it for you.
Yeah.
You feel kind of confined, with the. But I like knowing certain things, like what a C chord is.
Yeah.
Did you feel the walls closing in when you were taking the class?
No, actually, it really benefited me because I got to learn some stuff on the piano, and look at the piano and use it as a guide for other instruments, and that really helped my lack of brain power in a sense. But yeah, I actually had a buddy of mine teach me some couple of chords because he was playing in church and didn't want to play by himself. So he's like, "Hey, will you learn? I'll show you these chords. Will you play with me?" And I was like, I felt like the biggest rock star ever. Playing Disciple Nows and playing in youth, you just like, I can't get any better than this.
I actually attempted to learn the guitar, but I just couldn't get past those calluses that were starting to form. So
Yeah, you got to get through that pain a little bit.
Yeah.
It's
Or
not.
Get an electric.
Yeah, electric's easier on your
Way
fingers.
interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
We're in our fall fun drive here at Red River Radio, and the music you just enjoyed with me and John and Rob back there, and also Troy on Red River Radio is here for you because of contributions from listener members. And if you're not a listener member, why not take the step right now? It's not too late. You'd miss this music if it went away. Guys,
yeah. I mean, yeah. And I'll make this offer too. If you call in and make a contribution of any amount, we'll say almost anything you want us to.
Yeah.
I mean, if
almost.
you want to say go Tigers, we'll do that. If you want to say go Bama or roll Tide, we'll do that.
No, hey, wait.
No.
Oh, are you wearing some colors in the studio? I
go,
see.
baby. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, we don't roll the tide over. That does not happen.
So if you have one way or the other, we have listeners in Arkansas and listeners in Texas.
Absolutely.
Hook 'em horns. If you wanted to say
Hook 'em horns got hooked on Saturday.
They sure did. Or how about Go Bird Yellow Jackets, right? That's one of our high school football
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
You're
they're
getting
purple
back
gold.
on safe ground.
Well, they're purple and gold, and they're also local, so that should be good. But if you want us to, we'll be happy to, support your message right here. And all you
Absolutely.
have to do is just call and let us know where you're listening from and what you like best, and make a contribution, and we'll holler back.
Absolutely. Thanks to supporters like you, the programming that you love can continue to find a home 24 hours a day in our community. So, if you never made an investment to your public radio station, the one that you're listening to right now, Red River Radio, you can do that right now, 1-800-552-8502. And while you're doing that, we're going to get the next song playing from Nick and Logan.
Yeah. We're going to do a Towns Van Zandt song. It's called Tecumseh Valley.
Name she gave was Caroline, a daughter of a miner, and her ways were free, and it seemed to me the sunshine walked beside her. Came from Spencer across the hills. She said her pa had sent her, for the coal was low and soon the snow would turn the skies to winter. She said she'd come to look for work. She was not seeking favor, and for a dime a day and a place to stay, she'll turn those hands to labor. The times were hard, Lord, and the jobs, they were few. All through Tecumseh Valley, but she asked around, and a job she found tending bar at Gypsy Sally's. Well, she saved enough to get back home, for the spring had replaced the winter. But her dreams were denied, for her pa had died. The words came down from Spencer. So she turned her whoring all through the streets, with all the lust inside her, and it was many a man that returned again to lay themselves beside her. Well, they found her down beneath the steps that led to Gypsy Sally's, and in her hand when she died was a note that cried, "Fare thee well, Tecumseh Valley." The name she gave was Caroline.
This is Red River Radio, and we are in the studios with Nick Brumley and Logan Hall, and you guys are doing an amazing job, just let me tell you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And I believe, John Ellis, you had something about the origins of the song. Or is that right, or am I incorrect?
Well, according to Nick, Townes Van Zandt wrote this song, and I'm a big Townes Van Zandt fan,
Good deal.
but my steel trap mind has found a little bit of oatmeal in the gears in the last few years, and I didn't remember it being Townes' song,
Really?
although it's his kind of lyrics.
It's very Townes-esque for sure. Yeah, he
And
did write it.
that's a gutsy thing to cover a songwriter like that. You did well.
Thank you.
We like bringing artists like Nick and Logan in for you. And it's something that, we're not able to do on a regular basis, but we are able to do it during the pledge drives. It allows us to add a little something to it, hopefully make all this enjoyable, because, frankly, I don't know anybody that just loves to hear us come on the air and say, we need your money. We do need your money. I grew up, when I was a young man, public radio and other public media was in its infancy. And the model of fundraising by going directly to the people who listen or watch, has been in place all these years. And I don't know that it's the best model, but it's the one we've got. And I can't tell you how important public radio or Red River Radio or these artists we're listening to right this minute should be to you. That's for you to decide. And I don't know what your situation is, but if you do value what Red River Radio brings to you, and you're in a position to, we could really use the help of whatever amount. You know, we get pledges from, we get a lot more $50 pledges than we do $5,000 pledges, trust me.
Yeah.
But, you know, even a $5,000 pledge, get that beautiful guitar Kenny Wayne Shepherd signed, which I believe is also his signature guitar that, you know, one of the guitar companies made to his specifications.
Yeah. And you know, if you can't donate in full, you can also become a sustaining member as well, and break that down into money a month. And I feel like personally, that helps us more. Yes, we appreciate that one-time donation, but you know, to sustain it over a few months, it's like your own little Red River Radio subscription. You know, you subscribe to Spotify, Apple Music. You can subscribe to Red River Radio as well. I feel that is if you love it that much, like I do, or like John Ellis. You know, we work hard to put programs on. John Ellis has a 6-hour. Is it 6 hours or is it 8 or 9?
It's, well, together it adds up to 9 hours a week.
John Ellis has a 9-hour show that he puts together every single week. I have a 3-hour show that I put together every single week. Mark Pizzolatto, he has maybe 2 or 3. Mark Pizzolatto has 3 shows that he does a week. You know, so you're not just paying for NPR programming that comes from the headquarters in DC. You know, you're also paying for that personal experience as well. So, you know, 1-800-552-8502.
Yeah, I've listened to Mr. Ellis a lot.
Yeah.
Driving home late. I don't know. Is it Friday nights you do the blues?
Starts at Friday, runs all the way into Saturday morning.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
listen.
it's for late night insomniacs or musicians on the way home.
Oh yeah. I've definitely crank it up when I'm
Yeah.
heading back to Marshall.
And we actually have someone to thank, but they're anonymous. It's an anonymous donation from Apple Springs, Texas. I actually don't know where that is. Do you know? You're Texan. You know
Apple
where that is?
Springs, Texas. You know,
Yeah.
Texas is so big. I've never even heard of Apple Springs.
There's so many towns.
There's so many towns.
Well, hey, that just means Red River Radio gets in the nooks and crannies as well.
That's
So,
awesome,
You
yeah.
know, that's amazing.
Well, thank you, Apple Springs.
Yeah. 1-800-552-8502. Let's hear from you. And while we do, let's hear our next song.
All right. Song called East Coast Rain.
I can see that the moon is rising, so I know that the sun is hiding, leaving me once again thinking of you. I've been waiting for the season so I could find that same old reason why I'm punch drunk in love, just to name a few. She left town on a midnight train, told me she ain't ever coming back again, and I know. And I stayed back in this East Coast rain, hoping she may change her mind again, and I know, it was time to go. She let me know. Laying back but falling forward, is the world when you're filled with sorrow and you can't try to turn and run away. Someone else, so I'll chase down your rum with my pride. Well, she left town on a midnight train, told me she'd never coming back again, and I know. So I stayed back in this East Coast rain, hoping she may change her mind again, and I know it was time to go. And she let me know. Well, she left town on a midnight train, told me she ain't never coming back again, and I know, yes I know. And I stayed back in this East Coast rain, hoping she may change her mind again, and I know it was time to go. And she let me know.
Nick Brumley and Logan Hall in the Red River Radio Studios tonight. We are in our fall pledge drive here at Red River Radio, and you know, unless you're watching live on our YouTube stream right now, you may not realize it, but we're surrounded by technology: microphones, computers, cables, converters, routers, recording booths, audio mixers, and a whole library full of music, classical and jazz.
Plethora.
Yeah, and it takes
cornucopia.
absolutely, and it
Like
takes a lot to bring you the radio programs that you rely on every week. So, all we're doing is asking you to make a contribution. We're going to continue to bring you great radio, but right now we're just asking you to chip in a little bit just to help pay for the technology that we have to constantly maintain, upgrade, and update in order to serve you. I mean, ask Troy, our engineers for Red River Radio.
You call and ask right now. As a matter of fact, I'm right here.
Absolutely. Yeah, he works on those transmitters. You know, when we have a problem, he's on it. And you know, he can't do that without you. So call 1-800-552-8502.
Yeah, I wanted to thank John Bladell down in Alexandria. He called in just a few minutes ago and wanted to talk to me about some stuff. And you know, the cool thing is when John calls,
he goes by Stumpy.
I didn't want to put that out in public. You know,
He loves that, actually.
his out of town name. You know what I mean?
You didn't.
Nick and Logan, if you don't know, John from Fishville, he's like our #1 Red River Radio supporter.
Nice.
Every call-in show he calls,
Yeah.
he always has some nice things to say. He always lets us know if we're down, and we fix it right away. You know, John is a A1 Red River Radio.
He's out of Alexandria?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Well, we call him John from Fishville because he's from Fishville, which is
Fishville.
not necessarily in Alexandria, just on the outskirts.
Outskirts, cool.
You know?
Fishville.
Fishville. Oh, yeah.
The civilized
Farmerville.
outskirts of Alexandria.
I know all about Farmerville.
Oh, yeah. So, what's the next song you have for us?
I'm gonna do another town song since Mr. Ellis likes them,
Yeah.
is a fan. So
Which one you going to
I'm
do?
gonna do Colorado Girl.
That works.
Uh,
I mean,
Got the
what
stamp of
song by
approval.
Towns would not work, you know?
what's your favorite towns?
Didn't he write If I Needed You?
Yeah, he did.
I love that song.
That's a great one.
We can actually dedicate this one to John from Fishville because he's usually in bed by 8 o'clock, so he must be listening
he's
up
awake.
and listening for
Okay.
you. So,
This
yeah.
is- well, thanks, John from Fishville. We're trying to be in Alexandria in January, and I'll have to give a shout out for John Fishville. Be like, hey man, come to the show at I think it's called the tasting room. Here we go.
I'm going out to Denver, seeing if I can't find. Well, I'm going out to Denver, seeing if I can't find that loving Colorado girl of mine. The promise in her smile, it shames the mountains tall. Well, the promise in her smile, it shames the mountains tall. She brings the sun to shining and tells the rain to fall. It's been such a long time since I've heard her call my name. But it's been such a long time since I've heard her call my name. I gotta see my Colorado girl again. I'll be there tomorrow, so mama, don't you cry. Yes, I'll be there tomorrow, so mama, don't you cry. I gotta kiss these lonesome Texas blues goodbye. Well, I'm going out to Denver, seeing if I can't find. Well, I'm going out to Denver, seeing if I can't find that loving Colorado girl of mine. Yeah, that loving Colorado girl of mine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Absolutely. This is Red River Radio. If you didn't know, and you're just scanning
Yep,
in,
scanning the dial.
if you're scanning the dial and you just hit us, hey, hello, nice to meet you, or nice to have you here with us. We have Nick Brumley and Logan Hall in the Red River Radio studios playing live. My favorite part about Pledge Drive is indeed the live music, because without the live music in our performance studio, it's just a regular room.
Yeah, it's live is one of my favorite four-letter words.
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
And we need your support to help keep Red River Radio on the air, to help keep this good music that you hear coming every drive. 1-800-552-8502. Not to be biased, but John, what's some of your favorite programming here on Red River Radio?
You talking to me?
Yes.
There's a show that comes on Friday night and plays through the early morning hours.
I said not to be biased.
I'm not biased. I like it. I'm probably the only person that likes every single song that gets played, And that does not mean I don't respond to listeners. Over the years, I have been turned on to so much incredible music by listeners who share my passion for music, and
How would you describe your show, John? How would you, like, in one sentence or less?
Eclectic.
yeah, it's eclectic.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of different things in it: jazz, rhythm and blues, rock, Americana, and then straight up blues, big time, because that's my thing. And I'll tell you what, there was a time I thought I was going to use Red River Radio as a launching pad and just get real rich doing this stuff, and maybe it could have happened, but it wasn't going to happen with me. I'm not a businessman, but I have come to realize in recent years, I did get something that might be even better than that. I am living out the fantasy of every kid that ever stayed awake late at night listening to a transistor radio under the covers
That's
when
me,
his
man.
mom and daddy told him to be asleep,
That's me.
and I just feel lucky enough that I've been able to share that, because I'm on in the middle of the night and it's public radio. I know there's not a lot of people listening, but the ones that do seem to really like the music, and including things like what we're doing tonight. And if you are enjoying getting to know Nick better, and get to know his music a little better, and get to know a little bit about his story, or if you're being introduced to him for the first time, this is something.
This is actually my first time hearing your music, and I really enjoy it. Actually,
Thank you very
So,
much. That means a lot.
absolutely.
It sounds great in here. Sounds awesome.
Well, this is something that's very unique to Red River Radio. A lot of the content that we bring in, from NPR, there are other places you can find it, and there's a lot of music streaming now. Hell, everything seems to be streaming. Although I did find a song that I could not find on YouTube the other day, and the first time that's really happened for me. But the music programs that Kiara produces and that I produce, and Andy B. down in Alexandria does a wonderful jazz program on Wednesday evenings.
Absolutely.
Mark Pizzolatto is doing some great stuff.
Can we start calling him Marky P since Sandy B? No, that's inappropriate.
Yeah, that's inappropriate. But we could do it.
Yeah.
I've never let inappropriate stop me. But these are things that you're not going to find anywhere else. And, it's, for a lot of people, it's not going to be important. But if it is important to you, if it's something that you value, we do have to come to you and ask you to kick in a little bit. And, we'll take that $5,000 pledge if it comes in. We'll take $50, $100, whatever. No one person can keep this thing going. I don't care how much you pledge. I mean, maybe $1 million. That'd keep us going for a while.
About a year.
But
Hey, do you guys wonder if somebody pledged $1 million during a matching hour, would that turn into $2 million?
No, it does not. Just for the legal clarifications, just talking to our attorneys just now. No. John, what did you call that earlier? You said this music is like poetry with a little music.
Well, that's the way I feel about it. But, I've been listening to Bob Dylan for too long. and a few other people like Townes Van Zandt and these guys here, they fit right in.
Absolutely.
And, the words, I'm okay with nonsense songs. I like a lot of stuff that doesn't mean anything. And I like a lot of really primitive sounding blues and country, typically stuff from as older than I am a lot of times. But there is something about a person's words and just the accompaniment of it that just, I don't know if this is the right way to describe it, but to me it's kind of transcendent. It's just it's really beautiful. But the songs that you've been playing, Nick, tonight that you've written, you could put them in a book and read them off a page, and they would be good.
Thank you very much. It
Do
means
you
a lot.
Do you write your songs first, or do you usually come up with the melody first?
It varies. Right now, I've been writing, the music and the melody first, and then going back and putting words on it. But we have so many musical people in our lives and writers that it's kind of I'm spoiled really, because I could just come up with a melody and a chord progression, and I texted Presley today and I was like, hey, I just came up with this, here are the chords, see if you can put words to it. And we got another buddy, Race, and Mus, so we all write and we all help each other and go off each other's ideas. So I kind of sit back and to me, the easy part is coming up with the music and the melody.
Yeah.
And then...
No, the easy part's listening, Nick.
Oh, yeah.
That's the easy part.
This is great.
Again, we are in our fall pledge drive here at Red River Radio, and we want to hear from you. Call 1-800-552-8502, and while you do that, we'll hear our next song.
All right. It's called Circus.
Another tale for the book of mystery of a man and a woman of the third degree. How everything seems to burn up so fast. One's left with scars, the other's wounds don't last. Everyone's a sinner, no one's a saint. I'm not religious, but I know the game of knights and rooks and pawns galore. Politics will always throw them off the board. Everything's a circus in this small town of caged elephants and overdone up clowns. It's so insane. I am the monkey, she is the chain. 2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits, $1. A pigskin's more important than a future Rhodes Scholar. Somebody help me and please explain why the value of a teacher ain't worth the same. Love is a battle in this life of war, but love don't wanna stick around here no more. 'Cause one man's gold is another man's secret. Well, dust to dust. Everything's a circus in this small town of caged elephants and overdone up clowns. It's so insane. I am the monkey, she is the chain. I am the monkey, she is the chain. Everything's a circus in this small town of caged elephants and overdone up clowns. It's so insane. I am the monkey, she is the chain. I am the monkey, she is the chain.
Nick Brum.
There
Oh.
no, I did it on purpose.
Nick Brumley.
Kiara was like, you keep cutting me off.
Oh, absolutely.
No,
not.
go ahead, Kiara. Go ahead.
Nick Brumley
go ahead, go ahead.
and
Go ahead.
Logan Hall. Well, see, you made me
Thank you,
forget our
thank
guest
you.
name in the Red River Radio Studios tonight. And guess what, guys? We are $175 away from $22,000.
Oh my gosh.
So make a phone call in the next 18 minutes, 1-800-552-8502. And you know what? I'll make it even sweeter for you. Let's go into a matching hour right here, the last 18 minutes. So that means we only need about $88. You can round that up to 90. That's 1 hour of marketplace. Hey. Yeah, we can round that up to $90 and boom, we will have met our goal for today, $22,000. We can only do that with your help, 1-800-552-8502, or go online to redriverradio.org. And I said this earlier, we have a brand new app, Red River Radio. All you have to do is go to your app store or Google Play for all of you with your Androids. Hey, and you can download that and make a donation there as well. I didn't mean to downplay your Android, Troy. Sorry.
That's okay. Not everybody can, handle it.
1-800-552-8502. Let's hear from you. What's the next song, Nick?
Song called Mississippi, but it's not really about the state. It's about the river.
Good clearance.
Yeah, just to make sense, or to get it to out. Anyways.
Yeah.
Mississippi, won't you get me back home to New Orleans so I can get back on Bourbon Street in search of my Dixie Queen? I went on to a riverboat with a pretty little friend of mine. We were feeling fine and we were looking great and we were headed for a real good time. I ordered me a shot of whiskey and I got her a glass of wine. Well, I knew about then that I had won and his game it was on mine. And I said, Mississippi, won't you get me back home in New Orleans so I can get back on Bourbon Street in search of my Dixie Queen. I said, Mississippi, won't you get me back home to New Orleans so I can get back on Bourbon Street in search of my Dixie Queen. I looked down at my hand and I saw 3 queens and a 9. My 3 queens were looking strong, but there's always room for surprise. My 3 queens, they were looking strong, but you know my baby, she did me wrong. She laid down 3 kings and she blew a kiss, and now my money and it's all I'm gone. And I said, Mississippi, won't you get me back home to New Orleans so I can get back on Bourbon Street in search of my Dixie Queen. I said, Mississippi, won't you get me back home to New Orleans so I can get back on Bourbon Street in search of my Dixie Queen. I got redemption in all these words of mine, all that whiskey and all that wine sent her to room 35. I may have lost my money and I may have lost my mind, but here's the end. She came a knocking at my door, and I went home with that wind. And I said, Mississippi, won't you get me back home to New Orleans so I can get back on Bourbon Street in search of my Dixie Queen. I said, Mississippi, won't you get me back home to New Orleans so I could get back on Bourbon Street in search of my Dixie Queen.
Nick, that sounded like it was supposed to be in Princess and the Frog.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
I'll take that paycheck.
Call Disney, yeah.
I'll take that paycheck real quick.
Absolutely. It's that real,
Bound to be
it gave
sequel.
that real down south vibe.
Awesome.
So,
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. You're listening to Red River Radio. We have Nick Brumley and Logan Hall in the Red River Radio studios tonight with us for about 13 more, about 12 more minutes now. And, you know, we want to hear from you. We want to thank you for being a contributing member of public radio, you know. Call 1-800-552-8502, and I'm going to throw it to Troy.
Hey, I'll catch it. Oh no, no! It's the coolest job in the world.
Yeah.
Really, you know. I mean, you know, me and Key and John and you know, Rob, we were talking about like this is the coolest job ever, right? We get a chance to listen to all of these different types of music, and I've listened to John's show, I've listened to Key's show, I've listened to Mark's show, and Andy B, and we have so many different types of audio, music, genres. We were just talking about Rob doesn't like digital music. He doesn't like CDs and stuff. And John has, you know, an album collection. We were talking about listening to vinyl and a bunch of other different, styles of music. And the only station that I really know you can get all of those, you know, and a bag of chips, they say. All of those, plus all of the news and content that we provide in 3.5 states is right here. On Red River Radio. And that's one of the cool things that it's a service, right?
Yeah.
Like you were talking about earlier, it's a service that we provide.
Absolutely.
And then, you know, how do you pay for that? Well, you don't really pay for it, you kind of support it.
Yeah.
You support it throughout, you know, the 38 years worth of serving these communities. And we're one of the only sources for news and music of this type in those communities, which is really cool.
You know, I feel like if you want to think about it money-wise and if you should pay or how much, think of it like a band camp, Red River Radio as a band camp. You know, you go on there and you pay for what you want. They don't give you a set price. It says
Nope.
what do you think you should pay? You
Yeah.
pay what you think. You know, we're not pushing you to give us $5,000.
Donate now or the puppy gets it.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
If wow.
It's not that, it's
If
not
you'd
that.
like to donate $5,000, you can. We're not forcing you. You know, we just want to keep this radio station on the air, and we know that we need your help. So, call 1-800-552-8502 and let us know you're listening.
Yeah, you can do it securely online too. If you don't want to call and talk to anybody, that's totally cool. If you're like, you know, an introvert, we dig it. You know, some of us are. You can call the number like Kiara said,
Yeah.
or you can donate online securely through our app or on our website at redriverradio.org.
And you know what I just remembered, Troy?
How they fill Twinkies from the bottom instead of the top.
No, not even.
What?
I just remembered that, you know, if somebody did make that $5,000 donation, let's say, and you got that Kenny Wayne Shepherd VIP Fender Stratocaster guitar, say that 10 times fast, it's tax deductible.
Yeah.
You know, all donations are tax deductible here at Red River Radio, so, you know, that's a good write-off, too. So, hey, it's all up to you.
We make it easy.
It's all up to you. Do what you want to do. 1-800-552-8502. Nick, what's next for us?
Oh, let's see here. This is a song called Rosemary.
Don't call my mother. She'll be just fine. Just bury me swiftly in these East Texas pines. Excuse all the markings that we put on that tree. Just light my last cigarette and burn it down to its knees. Rosemary, please don't let down your hair, for the way that it falls puts that sweet scent out in the air. My words are on tight ropes. The net's disappeared, leaving me drowning in your unconscious tears. Rosemary, please bring back the years when our lips would touch and our hands had respectable fears. Time is gone and left us dying here on these streets that I traveled and hope that you might be near. Unlock the window or open that door and tell me you love me, and I'll be your fool. But the love of that woman has lost all its roots.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much.
That's awesome. Thank you. Wow, that's Nick Brumley live in studio here at Red River Radio. Thank you, Nick, for coming in this evening. We appreciate you. Logan Hall on the steel guitar, making me all rock back and forth, right? Doing the thing. Fantastic tunes. Kiara Lafitte on our main board. Of course, I'm Troy Jones, the chief engineer here.
Yeah.
Rob Whited is on the console for the performance studio over there. You can see him on the stream. There he is. He's actually in that painting from from Tuesday night.
Yeah.
He's a little black dot in the painting that they made. But
you are too.
I'm in there. Which one am I on the right or the left? Right.
You are on the left side. Yes, you're on the right side with Rob, and me and Elena are on the left side.
There you go.
Yeah, and you can also have that painting as well from night one of our bands with Benedetto Michael Miller painted that as well, and that's available for a $500 donation.
And we also have John in studio too. Hey, John. Hey.
Yeah, I'm here.
It's past John. Is it past your bedtime, John? No, I'm just kidding. No,
it's time for me to start waking up. You know, I don't get active till close to midnight.
I was going to say, your shows normally are live right about now, yeah?
Yeah, we're going to go with that live story. I think the secret's out about that. You know, there's not a lot of live radio anymore. These fundraisers are about the only time I do live work anymore. It's always a pleasure. I get to come out and see some people I don't normally see, and then I get to discover artists that I don't know about, and sometimes have some old friends in the studio, and you know, you'll qualify for that, Nick and Logan. Next time y'all come, y'all will be old friends for me.
Absolutely.
I have thoroughly enjoyed getting to know a little bit about these guys and experiencing their music. I hope you have enjoyed it too. You know, we have
definitely.
to every so often, you know, just remind you, and I know you probably get tired of it. I know I get tired of saying it, but we need the support. If you're able to and you feel like doing it, I'm not going to tell you that you should do it, but I will tell you that I would like for you to do it, and the amount is really irrelevant. It all adds up, you know. we take one person's $50 and another person's $500, and one way or another we get there. It is important. It truly is. This is the way public radio survives.
Yeah, they say many hands make light work. Isn't that right?
Absolutely.
I think that's what Chuck used to say.
That's exactly
wasn't it?
right. Yeah, I'm quoting Chuck Smith. Yeah.
Really quickly, Nick, have you ever been to Jefferson, Texas?
Oh yeah.
We have tomorrow our drawing for a 2-night stay at the Benefield House Bed and Breakfast. So
Probably haunted.
Now anybody
It's
who,
worth it.
anybody who makes a pledge of any amount goes into the various drawings
That's
that
right.
we have.
Yeah,
you know.
absolutely.
I mean, you could make a $50 pledge or whatever and wind up on are we doing a cruise this time?
We are doing the cruise. That's
I mean,
the
not
last
me and
night.
you, John.
Yeah,
It's-
not
it's
not us.
available.
Yeah, it's available. That's our drawing for the last night on the 20th, the 6 to 8 night cruise on Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines, and you can go anywhere in the world. Only blackout dates are Christmas and New Year's. So
Sweet.
you can make a $5 donation right now and actually be in on that drawing. So hey.
As time ticks down towards 10 o'clock, Nick, besides like Lady Gaga, Dr. Dre, and Snoop Dogg, who are your other influences, of course?
Actually, besides Lady Gaga, I mean, the other two are pretty good ones. I always like, the Towns and the Guy Clarks and that stuff. But, in all honesty, like, my friends, the majority of my friends are musicians and writers, and I'm heavily inspired by them. Always constantly writing. We're always challenging each other, and like I can't wait to hear the next song a buddy writes. Then, going on to Spotify and finding, something to listen to. We kind of drown ourselves with each other's music, and I think it makes us a lot better that way. And so, yeah, my friends are definitely my influences.
You've been listening to Nick Brumley tonight, live from the Performance Studio here on Red River Radio during Pledge Time. Nick, thanks a bunch for making the trip in and,
Thank you so
and entertaining
much.
us for the evening. Thank you very much. And Logan, thanks a bunch for your accompaniment and
Of course, glad to be
accoutrement.
here.
We appreciate you. Key?
This is Red River Radio. You're listening to 89.9 FM KDAQ, Shreveport, Bossier City, 90.7 FM KLSA, Alexandria, Pineville, 90.9 FM KBSA, El Dorado, Camden, Magnolia, 88.9 FM KLDN, Lufkin, Nacogdoches, and 100.7 FM KTYK, Overton, Tyler, Kilgore. And we also broadcast on translator K214CE in Grambling, Louisiana. Our phone bank is now closed, so you can make your donation tomorrow at 7 a.m. sharp, but you can always go online to redriverradio.org. Up next, Swing Nights with Mark Pizzolato.